Hello, Nicholas Hopper here. I'm coming to you from my shop today, sandwiched in between my 45 MB, the 43 GPW. Off to the side here is the 1-ton cargo trailer, and behind the camera is the G506 that I'm working on that's slowly getting torn apart. So it's quite a mess here in the shop. If Patrick, you're watching, I know you always talk about your shop being a mess. I think I might be a little worse than yours, so we'll have to compare one of these days on who's got the most messiest shop. So here we are. This is officially video number 2. Little late. I was hoping to do these once a month since I started full-time back in June, but here we are, 1st of September, so I'm a little behind schedule, but so much has been going on since I started going full-time. There was planned vacations, unplanned vacations, and so just got back in the shop just the other day, trying to kind of get back into the routine of things and really start to dive into the pending orders that I still have. I was hoping to work through a lot of that here in the last couple months, but I didn't realize just how backed up I was with the pending things, and so it's kind of put some of the future projects a little bit farther out than I wanted. You know, I was hoping to really start working on some of the post-World War II Jeep stuff, getting into some of the M-Series things, and I still plan to get there. But it's just going to take a little bit longer to try to get through the backlog of all the pending orders for Jeep seats, which I'm very thankful for. You know, it's going to keep me busy. So far, everybody's been really good about understanding the delay on some of their orders. I'm almost to the point where we're caught up for this year, you know, at least into this year. I still have some pending orders from last year to get finished up. And so I've been in contact with a lot of people in regards to that. If you haven't seen on Facebook, we do have a new product that is getting ready to come out, and that's the Clark Dozer seat cushions. This has been an ongoing project for quite a few years. I'm very thankful that my friend has been very understanding with letting me borrow his seat frame and parts to get this going. I hope it's been worth the wait. But the order form is up on the website. I'll put a link down below to that page. If you're interested in the Dozer seat cushions, there's 2 options available: the original spring style seat spring or a foam filled. Those will be on a plywood base, ready to be installed in your seat, along with the 3 side cushions that go with it. I'm taking pre-orders through the end of this month. Once I get to the end of the month, then I'll figure out what I need to order for materials, and I hope by November we'll be able to roll those out. So once you get to the end of the month, I'll get the stuff ordered and I'll start contacting customers to get those out the door. So November, fingers crossed, November is when we can get those up and rolling. So what have we been doing the last couple of months? So I said had some planned vacations. July is my vacation month. We've got things that we have planned, family that comes into town. So I didn't spend a lot of time in the shop in July. August was supposed to be hit it hard, start rolling. But as you probably saw in some of the earlier posts, we had a chance to go back to Lexington, Kentucky to watch my wife compete in the AECs at the Kentucky Horse Park. So not going to dive too much into that. I talked about it a little bit earlier on Facebook, so you can check back on those. But it was quite a trip, gone for almost 2 weeks. 3 days of travel down, 32 plus hours to get there, and another 3 days back. Overall, everything went well. It's an unbelievable facility. If you've never been to any kind of horse park like that, I mean, it's just amazing the amount of stuff that goes on there at the same time. But you know, what a wonderful event for 3-day eventing. If that's something you've never seen or heard about, I'll put a link down below in regards to a little bit of history about 3-day eventing, and it has its ties back to the military, cavalry days. So it's kind of cool to see something that started in the military to be transformed into such a huge sport worldwide. So it's kind of cool to be able to be a part of that, to see what my wife has done and the things that she has done, and be able to have this opportunity. That's the one cool thing about being self-employed now, is be able to, you know, set my schedule, you know, be able to go do things, be able to set the time aside. Where in my previous job, because of, you know, you're only getting X amount of time off per year, and I burnt a lot of time last year to be able to go do these events with my wife, to be there to support her. And so it would have really been hard this year for me to take this last minute vacation in August. I don't think I would have been able to do it. And I'm just so thankful to have that ability now. So that's kind of one of the cool things about being in this position, but I'm only in this position because of you, my customers, the people that have supported me in this venture and continue to support me. Each order that I get is just one way to continue to support what I'm doing. And also those people that have sent me stuff, different canvas items for me to produce, So I'm hoping to roll out with the G506, the Chevy 1.5 ton canvas, because of people that have helped me be able to move forward on that. So it's not just the customers who buy stuff, but the people that believe in what I do, and they support it by sending me, their items that they want to see reproduced, which is only going to help everybody else. So what else have I done? Let's see here. Well, we picked up the Ben-Hur. It's actually, I guess, a Checker manufactured. It's what I figured out as a PE95 trailer. So of course, something else I'm gonna have to look for. It's in beautiful shape. Pretty much everything is there. It's just missing the landing gear and leg. Other than that, all the components, even though most of the wiring harness is still in place, just a few dings and dents. I'm hoping to try to sand it down to see if I can find any markings on it. Looking at the paint, the original underneath is olive drab. It's got Air Force blue over the top of that, and then white. It was painted last. So hopefully we can figure out unit markings on it. That'd be kind of cool to have. Also at the same time, picked up a better cab for my Chevy 1.5 ton. Is the one that's on it right now. Sadly, is in pretty rough shape and just kind of outside of my skill set for repair. So it's a 42. The cab that I picked up is a 45, so they're both the standard military cab, but there are some minor differences that I'm already finding between the two. Nothing that's going to be obvious or that's going to make any kind of major changes. Just things that I'll know that are different. But for me, it's about getting the truck up and running in a good running state and having a decent body on it, so that way I'm not spending so much time trying to get all the metal work done and getting the cab in a good working condition. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping to spend this fall swapping out the two cabs, getting the parts out, and then getting the frame cleaned up, and then hopefully getting it running. I've taken the top end of the motor apart, confirmed all the cylinders look good. Cylinder walls are in great shape. It's still in a standard pistons. Everything's moving freely, so fingers crossed that she'll fire right up and I'll have a good running motor. So that's the works hopefully for the rest of this year, is to at least get the truck running. What's moving forward on the canvas side of things? Still working on getting, like I said, getting caught up on all the back orders for the Jeep seats. I'm really hoping to get into the G506 canvas, but also starting to dive into the M series stuff. I got a lot of interest in M37, M38s, and the A1s. So I've done a couple of seat sets in the past for the M38 and M38A1, so it should be an easy transition. Currently, I've only done foam inserts, but I will here roll into making seat springs for those too. So that's going to be another option available for those looking for original sets for their Jeeps. And that's about it. Just wanted to kind of get a video out to everybody since it's been so long. So hopefully I can in the future start getting these out on a more regular basis. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. It was a little bit rough the last few months to even try to get the time to do it. My goal, focus has always been, when I have the time, get in, try to get sewing done and get orders out the door for customers, just because I want to get caught up. But it doesn't mean I'm still not taking orders. If you're interested in something, get a hold of me, put in an order. And we're starting to try to get those wait times down from months to weeks. So I've been trying to stay in contact. If somebody asks the question or if they send in an order asking what the timeline is, I'm trying to give a rough estimate. But please understand that it can fluctuate. There's always other things going on. I'm still finding old orders. People have got a hold of me from a few years back and asking about their order. If you don't recall, or if you haven't been on the page for very long, I had a crash with a computer a few years back and I lost a lot of orders because of that. And so I rebuilt the list the best I could, and every once in a while an email will pop up from somebody who's patiently waiting for their order, and it finally decided a year later, a year and a half later, to contact me and ask, hey, what's going on? So I apologize for those that have waited a really long time. If you feel like you've been waiting over a year for something or even longer and you haven't heard from me, don't hesitate to send me a Facebook message, email, and just, hey, ask a question, see where you're at, and then we can go from there and make sure you're taken care of. So that's about it for now. I'm hoping to do more of these in the future. That's my goal, is maybe at least starting out to do one a month. If time persists to do more than that, as I start working on the truck or on the trailers or maintaining Jeeps or things like that, maybe I'll try to throw some of those in as part of what we're doing. So always looking for ideas. If there's something that you want to have made, if there is something you're interested in that I don't have as a product right now, shoot me a message, send me an email, let me know, and we'll see if it's something that I can work on in the future. There's always little things on the side that I'm doing, adding, so that way when the time comes I'll have it available on the website. But right now the Jeep seats have just been keeping me very busy, and so I'm going to be spending the next couple months still continuing to try to get those wrapped up and get somewhat caught up, so that way we can start working on new products for you guys. So take care, and we'll see you in the next video.